Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of RollPlay Nebula Jazz.
Hello.
Today's episode is episode number 5 of season number 2, and I'm hella excited to be here with you. It feels like it's been forever. It always does. It's nice to see you. How's everybody been?
Good.
Are we Christmas type people? Are we excited about this, or do we not give a fuck?
No.
How do we feel? Let's get a holiday question.
I never celebrated Christmas until I met Sam and started spending Christmas with Sam. So I'm
Sam,
still
why
not.
do you love Christmas so much, Sam?
So, I mean, I'm not saying that Sam necessarily loves Christmas. I'm just saying that like I have very little holiday spirit because I didn't have like the childlike wonder holiday spirit growing up, which I think is a good base for people who are obsessed with Christmas.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait, you didn't celebrate Christmas till you got with Sam?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. No, you definitely celebrated like the Arbor Festival and like the solstice. Never mind. All right.
I have gone to a couple winter solstice parties.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course you have. Okay.
Honestly,
All right.
listen, if you need someone turned into a toad, that's the best place to do it. Okay? Listen, it's fine. It's totally fine.
I was the kid that once I went to school, like preschool or whatever, my mom's like, Santa's not real, the Tooth Fairy's not real, these toys not real.
Do not listen to her,
idiot.
chat. Don't listen to her.
She did that like when I was very young, and I'm like, oh, okay, awesome.
Don't listen to that.
When I was growing up,
Lies.
we didn't have Santa Claus in my household. When I was growing up, the only man with the big beard that was welcome in my home was Karl Marx, and he would come to the house and he'd bring us the means of production. No, that's not true. My family was really into Christmas, but I was a shit kid.
I
like,
was
"Fuck you,
really
Christmas."
wanting that story to keep going.
I could just keep going. I could tell you about how Karl Marx and his little sidekick, the elves Trotsky and Lenin, and they would come with his big bag of coal and hammers and sickles and hand them out to all the good boys and girls who worked in the factory.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can I share with you guys something about my Christmas?
Yeah.
Hit it.
Ever since I was a child, we are talking, this thing is older than me. I remember it existing before I had memories. This may be 50, 60 years old. My parents have this little old, I think it's supposed to be Mrs. Claus. This is what it looks like. That thing is terrifying.
Oh my God, my mom has one of those.
It's terrifying.
It's not a Mrs. Claus, but she has one of those. Yeah.
When I would go home to when I was in college, I'd go home and I'd sleep out in the living room because my parents moved, and so they didn't have a room for my ass. So like I would sleep out. This thing would be there, just staring at me in the middle of the night, and it was like some pretty end of days. You'd wake up and it'd be like, "Are you ready for Christmas, Jesse?" It's like, "No, stop, old lady." Oh yeah, it talks to you. It's haunted. There is a spirit that lives inside that thing. It's the worst.
Well, I'm glad that you're getting the medication you so sorely need as an adult, Jesse, and not hallucinating, talking weird nylon-faced dolls.
The worst part is my mom, because I've mentioned how much I hate it, now thinks it's hilarious to bring it out and give it prominent placement in their house. So when I was over for Thanksgiving, she's like, "Do you notice your friend?" And I looked over and it's like, I was like, Mom, you're messing with me.
Man, it's a good thing you didn't tell your mom how much you hate being lit on fire.
What? Mom, I really just don't want to drown. I think I'd be good to know. Just get the water, Jack. Yeah.
Yeah. You were Brooke, you and Sam, were you also in? I saw some Oregon stuff going on. You were recently there.
Yeah.
It's the mighty forests.
Thanksgiving is the only time that my family really like gets together. So it made it really easy, again, because my family doesn't give a fuck about Christmas, that like Sam comes to see my whole family at Thanksgiving and I go to see Sam's whole family at Christmas. So yeah. But Sam is always extremely bored because we live in the middle of the woods and have nothing to do. So
Not a lot of like chopping trees down or going hunting or whatever, Sam. Not a lot of that.
There's nothing, dude.
If my dad was still
Whitland.
younger, If my dad was younger and still doing a lot around the farm, he would probably put Sam to work. But fortunately for Sam, he showed up right around the time that my dad was like, my back's kind of fucked up and I just don't want to anymore. So Sam gets off the hook. But
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. So are these visits just like traumatizingly dull for you, Sam, or there's like you make your own fun?
Yeah, I make my own fun. It's like Thanksgiving Day's all right because like people come, but for the most part, it's just like an old farmhouse with the power of rain outside and cable TV.
It's great. It's so quiet out there.
But now you have a Switch.
I feel
Sam played a lot of Monster Hunter.
We were there for 6 days. I think I did 4 12-hour streams. I was just like in the office streaming. I was like, I'm good. There's nothing else to do. I'll just work.
That sweet rural Oregon internet. You're the only one ripping it down.
Well, it's 200 up, 200 down. They have like a fiber line. Because there's like 8 people that live there, so they made an internet company together.
Yeah, they made
their own internet in.
My hometown has their own ISP that is community owned. So when Better Internet came around, they were like, we want that. So they have the most incredible internet in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's so bizarre. Sam was doing a speed test and he was like, they have better internet than we have at the office. Like, what is this?
Question.
Yes.
Have you ever wanted to live closer to home? How do you feel about relocating the office there?
They would welcome us with open arms.
I would love to go. Sign me up.
We're all going to move to Malala, Oregon.
Everybody's going to move to this weird tiny town in Oregon, though.
Population 7 is now population 10.
Yeah, right. You're all gonna move out there, and then we'll just never hear from you again. And it's gonna be a whole Blair Witch situation. People are gonna go out there and be like, "What happened to our streamers? Where did they go?" And it's be like, "No, I don't recognize those kids. Sorry, I can't. I don't know."
I'll just be out there with like a straw hat and a long beard, like
piece of corn
between you. Chewing on something.
The only stream I need is the river 3 blocks that way.
It's old Malala Creek.
Old Malala Creek. That's where I get my fishes. I loved it there. It's so nice. Yep.
Why does this person sound like that? Did they move to Oregon from a different part of the country that talks like that?
It's an old-timey thing you wouldn't understand.
It's true. Old-timey America all had one accent.
Like
Yeah, it's true. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad that the rural environment did not put an end to you. Was it a shock coming back to LA and being in the big city?
It's always nice coming home and snuggling with the kitties and all that. But I always enjoy my time in Oregon because it's so chill. And we got to see our old buddy Neil and his wife and Babu. So that was fun.
That means baby for people in the chat who aren't familiar with.
I was going to say, is that girlfriend or
no?
It's a Babu
a Babu is like a small hairless monkey. Often clings to. Yeah,
it is Babu.
Yeah, you don't fuck with them. They are dangerous.
No, they are intense. They're really
hairless
intense.
Oregonian clinging monkeys.
Rip your eyes out.
Yeah, it's a genetic experiment that we tried up here in the Pacific Northwest, and it didn't go well, and now we can't get rid of them. So please send help. Send help now.
I enjoy Christmas though.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because it's coming. It's coming for you.
I enjoy the unification. I don't give a shit about the tree and that stuff. I like my whole family being at the dinner table, and I like the pot. Like we always have a party on Boxing Day, and my friends come over, that kind of stuff.
So there's a thing. Okay, so Boxing Day. That's Sam. I know that's a thing for you and me. That's not America doesn't have that, right?
That is not a thing here.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Boxing Day.
It's the day after Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And it's a national holiday.
It's like the Christmas equivalent of Black Friday. Like everything's cheap and on sale, and if you can avoid the hairless monkey swarms, you can get some pretty good deals on like cheap stuff. But now Black Friday is like usurping Boxing Day as like a thing. So it's like I don't I don't know.
Black Friday still hasn't really reached England.
Yeah, Black Friday still isn't a thing.
That was like that was a Twitter video of Black Friday in England, and it was like
one guy.
Someone had a camera on the door, and like the lady like went to open the door, and like one guy was like morning, and just like walked in, and that was it. One dude.
Yeah. There's not a lot of Boxing Day related shenanigans in Canada. We're often just kind of like, oh no, please, you take the TV. No,
Boxing Day is like
please,
you get the leftovers out, you get like a buffet spread, and everyone just kind of chills and eats, and
yeah.
The January sales begin early.
It's so strange to me, and maybe it shouldn't be, that we've gotten to a point now where we judge holidays by the fluctuating prices of commodities. Where we're like, oh, it must be holiday season. TVs are 15% off. You know what else is 15% off? All the RollPlay merch at teespring.com/store/RollPlay.
Whoa!
There you go. Didn't think I was going to do it. I did it. I saved it. I didn't want to do it right away.
Pretty slick.
Lurch in. Go check it out. 50% off. Code F the FCC promo. Go do it. Go buy yourself a t-shirt. It's great. Clothe your filthy body. Sam, I was watching you today dance around with your enormous hammer, fairy costume, hitting giant bears. Which Monster Hunter are you playing? 3?
Monster Hunter Portable 3rd.
Right.
It was 3rd generation. So like Monster Hunter Tri. It's 3rd generation. It came out only in Japan on the PSP.
PSP, right? Not the Vita. PSP.
No. So this is like a translated one that's been translated back to English, and then I was just playing it with some friends.
So are you playing like a ROM of it, or like a translated ROM? Cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I watched that for a little bit. I also the Monster Hunter fever, and it's been fun watching.
Very ready for 2 weeks' time.
So ready, so ready. Have you decided what weapon you're going to use?
All of them. I'm gonna use the beta to like see which one I wanna.
Right.
Yeah.
How long does the beta last? Do we know?
Like 3 days, the 9th to the 12th.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well. I'm looking forward to that.
I get Monster Hunter World for 3 days, and then I get Star Wars. So good week.
Yeah. Not bad. Cool. So you've been playing a hell of that. Hey. Pokket, thank you for showing us your t-shirt. I was going to ask, but chat beat me to it. I was like, I'm freaking what?
You're freaking me out. Oh, it's so good. I
love it.
Get it? Meow. Everybody get it? Okay,
it's
sorry.
The sound that the cat makes, but it also sounds like the words me out, which finishes the sentence. It's nice.
It's not funny now. You made it not funny. Way to go.
No, it's funny now, because now more people can understand the joke, right? Because the picture is a cat, and so besides me ruining your t-shirt, what you been up to?
I have terrible allergies.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Also, this time of year, or Texas, I guess, is just awful for allergies. So like my eyes and my nose, and it's lovely. I feel disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean,
wait. Are you allergic to taxes?
No, Texas.
It's not taxes.
Oh.
Allergic to taxes.
Okay.
Also taxes, though.
I mean, yeah.
Very allergic to taxes.
I was gonna say, is that a write-off in itself?
I hope
Tax
so.
allergy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't file this year. I just am sneezing. The roof of my mouth is really itchy, and I can't stop. I can't think about it. Get out of here. No. That's real.
I've been up to like nothing, like playing some PUBG. There you go. I corrected the way I said it since last time.
No, Pubby.
You're still saying it wrong, though.
Bring Pubby back.
PUBG.
PUBG.
PUBG. And just sort of doing whatever. I've been doing more photography like related stuff and looks like that, like weird anime looks or whatever. Just because I found that more enjoyable this time of year, because like the fluctuating weather and changes and whatnot in the atmosphere or surroundings, whatever, trees, leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm following.
I'm
you're making it difficult, but I follow you. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been scoping that Instagram. Those good looks. Yep. Yeah.
It's been pretty. I hate winter. I hate winter and I hate holidays. So I am the Scrooge of this group.
No, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I feel like, I mean, I love winter, but only because the hated sun has hidden its coward face behind the clouds, and the darkness of winter can descend upon me.
I get pissed off at people who like have their decorations up now. Like Like I knew like, a few people that put their tree up and stuff like the first week in November, and that actually upsets me. I'm like, why are you fucking doing that?
No, there's some people that have like their Thanksgiving and like decorations up. Like I know people have Thanksgiving decorations, and then literally the day after Thanksgiving, they have all their Christmas stuff up, and I'm like, why? How?
So
like,
I will just tell you this: it's worse here in Canada because Thanksgiving is so much earlier.
Right.
So people will start doing that Christmas horse shit in the middle of October.
Right.
Like as soon as they can conceivably be like,
Halloween hasn't even happened.
Halloween's basically done. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You are the worst. You make me hate this.
It is a shame. It is a shame.
Yeah, I've never had a tree before, so I'm looking for like a tiny little baby tree that we can have in our house to be my first tree. I'm really excited.
Oh, I did buy an 8-foot tree to put up on stream.
8 foot, damn!
It's gonna be exciting.
What's like a normal size? Because I keep being like 6 foot trees.
I mean, I was just saying,
that
trees are like 20 or 30 feet tall a lot of the time, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, fun fact about Oregon: the area that I'm from is where a lot of the Christmas trees that get shipped around America come from. It's the banana belt. That's like a nursery area that's entirely Christmas tree farms. That's what my hometown is. So
Christmas tree capital of America.
Real trees are a nightmare. Like they hit that age phase where all the needles start falling off, and you got to clean them up. And if you have cats, like it can be really dangerous for them.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I want one that I can put up on our little like side table, so that the cats can't just like get all up it. And I don't want it to be a real tree either. I feel like fake trees are really starting to be a thing for a lot of people because they're just easier to deal with.
Fake trees with lights already on them. A lot of people are getting those. It's like
some dystopian shit right there.
Yeah, that's
you
kind of fucked up.
Then it's taking away the decorating, right?
Oh, wait a minute. You guys, we're gonna see each other soon, and we're gonna see Shorty and Disco, and you gotta give them shit. We were at Thanksgiving dinner, and they put up their tree during dinner.
During dinner?
Decided to put, and I'm like, what are you? It's not even over yet, and you're putting up your tree. I was just like, this is awful. I'm so disappointed in you.
Man. I am just gonna pretend Christmas is not happening, and it'll just come and go, and I'll probably not notice, and it'll be great.
Why you gotta be such a downer, man? Why you gotta embrace the spirit of the season?
Have you met me, dude? Have we met before? Hi, Jesse. I'm Adam. How you doing?
I have met you, and you are disturbingly positive in person.
It's true.
Which is
that is true.
How dare you pretend to be someone you're not?
As a dark-hearted spirit.
You are a pleasant surprise to be around, and I will not have you act otherwise.
My secrets. I'm called the fuck out.
He's got a point.
I'm called out. I know. I'm really nice and super funny.
You're like almost too good for this world.
No, you're punctual.
How dare you pretend not to be a nice guy?
So this is what we're gonna do for the next 4 hours. Continue saying nice things about me, please. Go on.
You're easy to work with. There you go. I continued.
Oh, yeah.
We're unraveling the mystery of Koebel.
It's an onion that just gets sweeter the more you the more you peel back the layers. It's just sweet smelling onions.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm a fucking delight. It's true. But Christmas, I'm not so much about it. Though I do like A Muppet Christmas Carol, and I do like The Die Hard, and I'll probably watch both of those. So
at the same time, crossover.
That'll be my. Yeah, what? You can't watch them one at a time. So I got 2 monitors. One each.
Me.
What about A Christmas Story? Is that what it's called?
Why did you just?
That was actually good.
Why did you fuse them? That wasn't required.
That's what I was going for.
That was actually pretty good, though.
Is that your Miss Piggy as the guy from Die Hard?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
And now we're gonna do a Muppets roleplay.
Miss Piggy is McCain. Is that what's happening?
That's right.
I think so.
Miss Piggy is John McClane, and the wife is Kermit the Frog, and Gonzo is the
Gonzo's the fucking car driver, obviously.
Oh yes, Gonzo's the car driver. Fozzie the Bear is the cop, and The two old guys in the theater are yeah. Oh yeah, this is easy. I really want Die Hard.
Yeah, I really want Muppet Die Hard now. I want that real bad. This is good.
We have a friend who she's part of like a really small theater company here, and every year in their little black box theater they do a Die Hard musical. It's so good. Every year around Christmas, it's good shit.
There's a really strange Die Hard arcade game that I remember from my youth, and I have not played.
That has nothing to do with. It's not John McClane at all. You're just like two guys running through a building.
Yeah. What the hell? Like I always every time I watch Die Hard, I'm like, what was that? What is that arcade game with the?
Where does this tie in?
It's so good.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad that we all agree that Die Hard is an appropriate movie for the season.
Sure.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie though?
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation.
I say no.
It has more Christmas music in it than actual Christmas movies.
Right, but it's not. Christmas isn't the focus of the movie. It just happens to be the time period. That doesn't.
I think you're wrong. I
think you're wrong.
Would the movie be the same? Could you excise Christmas from it completely and not change anything else about the movie and still have it be the same movie? I think
you wouldn't. He wouldn't be in town if it weren't for Christmas, though.
Right. It's the inciting action of the film.
He could be in town for something else.
The birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is the only reason John McClane kills. Thank you very much.
The extended version of the film, the sweatshirt says, "Now I have a machine gun, ho, 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 praise Christ."
Right.
They cut one, but it's in there if you've seen that.
I thought it was a little preachy, but
it's in there. Yeah, it's actually a very preachy movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
The action is Jesus is like, John, go kill those guys. And he's like, all right, Christ.
They reveal,
and then he murders them. Yeah.
Extended scenes that the guy sitting next to him on the plane talking about making fists with his toes. You don't see it in the first one, but he has stigmata. It's Christ return, and he's on the plane, and he's like,
that
John.
The symbolism of that. Oh, I knew the beginning was important.
Stations of the Cross.
Yep.
Yeah. So next time you watch Die Hard with your Bible clutched close to your heart where it belongs,
right.
Really just take in the deep subtext of that film.
Yeah, I want a full 12-page paper on who in that movie represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh, easy.
No, don't do this for them.
Winslow.
Don't do that. Don't do that homework for them.
And the dude who does coke.
This is why you're not a teacher anymore, because you just set kids' homework and then did it for them.
Do it to show how smart you are. Oh my god.
I'm so smart, you dummies. Here's the answers.
Just assigning homework and then explaining it to show these dumb kids how smart he is. Oh, kids. Boy. That's canon now. I like that. That's good. That's nice. Well, good. Here we are at the end of November, and we've gotten all of our holiday horseshit out of the way, so we can spend the rest of December focusing on the important things like space role-playing games.
Yep.
So let's play some Nebula Jazz. Let's do that thing. Where in God's name did we leave off? What is happening? Where are we? What's everybody up to?
We're on. Well, Sam and I are on a ship.
No, I remember what happened.
Uh-huh.
I kept failing I failed every roll and played prisoner, and then ended up queen of the ship somehow because I finally succeeded at one roll. So that's my life.
I got hit with a spaceship.
Yeah, Jesse was floating in space, and we smacked him with our ship.
Yeah.
So, and then I went out and got him. So now we have everyone except scientist, and we don't know where scientist is.
Okay. Well, let's start there then, Luna. Now that you are in charge of the casino ship, we'll fade in on you and your new situation.
Okay.
Are you playing it? Are you playing it subtle? Are you sneaking away and hiding somewhere? Are you like Barbarellaing this whole situation? What's the deal? Like where do we see you when we come back?
In the captain's chair. Like
okay.
there. There's a very beautiful alien with 6 arms and 2 sets of legs, and she's like filing my nails and my toes at the same time. I don't know why I have my shoes off. I just do now because she took them off. And there's someone that runs up and they're like, excuse me, but where are we headed? Blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, and I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on, but I try to play it really calm and really cool. And
are you dressed differently? Do you have like a fur robe on now and like a crown? Like how Napoleonic is this scene?
I refuse to take off.
How long has it been?
Well, I mean, like 30 seconds.
Yeah, like 30 seconds.
But
fine.
that's like 30 years in space. So
Yeah, it's exactly one goof amount of time, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah,
no, I still have the doctor's jacket on, but they put like a white feathered boa over me still, and I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't like this, and this is very uncomfortable. And I'm just like navigating the ship.
Basically, you're the I think we see this, and then we pan across to your loyal subjects. Someone is making a sculpture of you out of like potato salad. Several others are fanning you with pieces of scavenged material. And basically, yeah, everybody around is just kind of like really excited that you've saved them from the despotic robot who previously was on the ship, making their life miserable hell. So they're very thankful for that. And yeah, you're sitting in this ship and you have access to the controls, but I don't know you've got them entirely figured out necessarily. Just yet.
That's what I was trying to do. So by now, what I've been able to figure out if anyone else knows how to control this.
Yeah, well, considering that it was a ship that no one really knew was a ship, and you were surrounded by people who are here because they are gambling fans, not a crew of a spaceship, you're pretty much SOL on this one. Though I think that in your in the heads-up display you do have available to you, because you've got it powered up. You can see that there is, blinking its way slowly and kind of semi-helplessly across the vast gulf of space, a signature, a heat signature, another ship, much smaller, a shuttle of some kind. And when we see it on your display, I think we cut to the interior of the ship. And Artemis, and I think Artemis, you're in the cockpit, right? You were there while Rex was retrieving. Okay, so. Yeah. You can see that the collision, the recent collision, has damaged the fuel lines on your ship, and you probably only have enough fuel for, one more good boost in any direction, right? You can fire the engines one more time, and then you'll run out of fuel. And Rex, you've just retrieved Basil.
Okay.
So Artemis, you're up front. You see this. You can see the casino ship. You've really no idea what's gone on that ship. And then Rex returns to the ship, and you hear the door shut. You get a sign on the magician's ship console that says that the ship has been, the vacuum seal has been readjusted, and there are now 2 life forms, or a life form and a robot, on your ship.
Right. It says like alert, but over the alert, there's like a rabbit that like
everything's magician
jumps over it.
It's because it's a sci-fi TV show. Everything has a custom UI. Nobody uses standardized. Yeah,
sure.
Of course not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll kind of turn to the back and go, "Hey, our fuel took a hit."
Meanwhile, in the back of the ship, Rex, you have just recovered Basil.
Yeah. So Rex turns to Basil. Where's the other one?
Ow, you hit me.
Well, that was mud. The kid's bad.
Wow, you just found a space bus and threw her right under there. Just directly.
Damn.
Anyway,
Artemis,
I think
you have a feeling like
this
someone
way.
walking over your grave.
Basil
point at
turns.
your crumpled face.
Basil turns towards the camera, and then his face is just mashed in.
It's all mashed in. I forgot.
He's like, "This was an accident."
I mean,
and then his jaw goes like,
Skin
no one's going to want to, have sex with you anymore. That's a plus.
That is not a plus. It opened many doors.
Oh. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Anyway, where is she?
I do not know. One would assume the station.
So she wasn't with you?
I have not seen her in quite some time, sir.
She wasn't on that ship.
Oh, she's there.
Okay. Kid,
Yeah.
how much fuel we got?
I don't know. We can probably do like one more little jump, but not a lot.
What do you mean one jump?
I don't know.
Basil points to the giant fuel tube.
Right, there's a
behind
fuel,
the
there's
ship,
a fuel line just drifting like a
fuel out.
severed umbilical drifting in space. It's beautiful in its way.
Rex runs his hand down his face and he growls a little bit and he points out into space and then he looks at his comrade and he says, "You did that.
As far as I'm aware, sir, you did that.
You've been nothing but a pain in my ass for about a week. Now, how do we get her
charge
back?"
extra for that, sir. And Basil gives you a point to his cheek, and he's like, "But I guess I'm charging nothing now."
Your face, your beautiful face. It's
Yeah,
been
my
nice.
Money
Moneymaker.
I show up in the back of the ship and I'm like, guys, we're constantly losing fuel. What are we doing? What's the plan?
We can jump to her or we can just jump somewhere else. What do we do?
What do you mean? You broke into a prison to get her. We're leaving her behind? Is that the plan?
Temporarily.
That's a stupid plan. No. What? Come on.
So while this is happening, while you're arguing about what to do with her, meanwhile, you're back on the casino ship. You've got your heads-up display, and the controls are starting to come online. Right, you're getting different systems powering up, and you can see the ship drifting, and maybe you've got it in an enhanced window, so you can see the ship and the trailing umbilicus firing fuel into space. What do you want to do here, Luna?
I want to try and see if I can figure out how to navigate the ship in directions.
How to get this ship going?
Yeah, how to get this ship going, in a direction towards the ship, the small ship, which I'm going to assume is my peers. So could be wrong, but I'm going to assume it's them. So I'm going to go after it because I know that Basil obviously wanted to leave. So.
Okay. Let's have you make a roll. That maybe you will not fail.
Don't say that.
It's cool. You're trying to figure out a computer system. I think clever is fine. Let's call it a difficulty 2. Clever.
No.
Did I?
It's like your best stat. What happened? Well, how did you? I made this beautiful gift of an easy roll for you, and you just threw it on the floor. Why, Pokket? Why did you do this?
It's not her fault.
Listen, Roll20 hates me, is what I've decided.
Okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like to try to reroll that, or are you okay with activating the wrong system?
Oh God, I don't want to fire upon them.
I would say you just activate the wrong. You're learning. Just press buttons.
True.
It'll be fun. Let's see what happens.
What? It's gonna be one of those moments where I'm pressing buttons, and then suddenly the disco ball comes down, and everything turns into love seats around me, and I'm like, oh God.
It could be that.
Or just something like that. Where I'm like,
could definitely be that. Yeah, or a different thing. It could definitely be a different thing.
I'm gonna let it fail. Why not? Because I'm used to that now. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Except so fail.
You look at the system, and you can kind of guess maybe what you think might be the engines, and you hit the button. And so these are hologram displays, right? So you're seeing alien characters and things of varying colors and hologram knobs and dials. And there's a button, and you're like, all right, this seems. You punch it, and back on the ship, Artemis, a warning klaxon begins to wail, and you see displayed in front of you in a language that you can understand. It's in the sort of galactic trade language. It says weapons lock detected, and it's blinking quite aggressively in your face. The whole cockpit lights up red.
Guys,
yeah, you can hear it in the back too. Now this shuttle is quite small. There's like a little living quarter area and then the cockpit, so you can move back and forth between the two quite quickly.
Basil just like looks over at Rex and is like, well, now we're going to die. At least no one will see my ugly face.
Rex kind of looks and he's like, I have to see it. And I don't want to see it.
Guys, what are we going to do about the weapons?
Is there nothing on this ship? Rex just start pushing buttons on the dashboard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like.
Okay, I mean, there seem to be a lot of more. Well, let's have you make a roll here.
All right.
Let's have you do the same roll, Artemis. Let's do a clever roll. This ship's a little bit more. This one's a little bit more like gentle. So let's call it difficulty 1 for clever.
Oh,
there you go. So, you have a pretty firm understanding of the ship, right? It can go. It has it's a shuttle, so it's meant to travel between stations and planets, or stations and larger ships that'll then kind of hyper jump it to other places. And it doesn't have any weapons. Yeah. It appears to have some like entertainment functions though. Like there's a couple of pyrotechnics like pots that'll fire like fireworks. And some streamers. You can make streamers come out the back of it. But
we're worried about, because we've been informed that weapons are locked onto us, correct?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So in this role, have I figured out like how to maneuver the ship and stuff at least?
You basically have one go, right? Like you can make the ship do one thing, and that's about it.
What is this fancy stupid ship you grabbed? There's nothing on this.
I wasn't
Rex!
really in a position to grab any other ship.
Look,
He gestures to his nakedness.
Yes, I was saying, keep in mind that you're naked right now.
I rip open a door and it's like a really bizarre closet that's just filled with bathrobes. I just like grab one and throw it at him.
I mean, you have two options here, Rex. If you want to dress in what's available to you, you can wear a magician's outfit, or you can wear like an evening gown, whichever you like. It's fine. You already have the magician's jacket on, so
I wear neither.
Okay, just keep.
I have the jacket on. That's all I need.
Mm-hmm. While I'm throwing it at him and he ignores it. Yeah, I'm just like, at this point, we've been talking for so long and we've got weapons on it. Like, we need to get out of the way. And I think the only thing that we can really do is just head towards that floating casino. Like, that's all that we can really do, that we don't have enough.
Oh, so you just head towards the guns that are firing at us. Giving them an easier target. Is that what we do? That's what you suggest?
That sounds like a Rex plan to me. Head toward the target so that maybe the weapons hit that guy instead of... I don't know.
Why the fuck not? Maybe they'll see Basil's face and miss. Who knows?
So, Luna, back on the casino ship, the ship doesn't seem to have started. It's not moving anywhere, right? You're just sitting here. You've got a kind of a close up of the little shuttle, and you can see, I think, Artemis and Rex. You can't really see Rex, but Artemis is arguing with someone in the back of the ship, and and there's just like a red circle around it, and it's blinking, and there's some alien text all around it.
Oh shit. Oh. And the lady start like she files it now, and I'm like, stop it! I need to focus. Okay, think. This is bad. This is obviously bad. And I press another button.
Okay, sure, yeah. All right. So you just like this one, and you hit the button, and the red lights like flash a couple of times, and a little like alien thumbs up hand appears. Like, good job. You did a good thing. And we cut out to the underside of this kind of UFO-shaped ship, and the unmistakable form of energy torpedoes launch out of the bottom. Some of them don't launch. There's some minor explosions. Maybe the ship like rocks a little bit because the tubes are all atrophied and old. But like a half dozen of them break through the tube casing and start hurling towards Macross style towards the little shuttle.
And I'm like, where's the cancel button? How do I cancel? Oh my God, no. Oh.
Yeah, and so these tiny little like comet-looking balls of light are flying towards the shuttle. And for you, Artemis, yeah, the ship, the red alert has gone to whatever red alert +2 is. It's now just like missile launch
Things
detected.
are coming at us.
Yeah, like you're toast. Run, do something, please, for the love of God.
Okay, I'm gonna, because they're still back there, I'm gonna hop into the driver's seat and try to just like.
So you want to take evasive action?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why don't you make a quick roll?
What a benevolent ruler.
I'll oppose it with the missile's auto lock system.
What the fuck?
Oh dear Lord in heaven.
And then we died in
Get
space.
a 0.
Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh, use your points.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. Fuck, what can I even use though?
Yeah, what skills do you have that allow you to pilot this shuttle out of danger while your naked mentor is shouting at you and a face caved in robot is standing in the back? This is it. This is your moment, Artemis. It all comes down to this. Giant hot torpedoes on their way.
I'm gonna use one of my points with the aspect. I just want somebody to love because I gotta protect the people on this ship. I don't want us all to die.
It's a stretch.
I was gonna say, like yoga, it's a stretch, but it'll do. Yeah, I think that's probably okay. So that brings you up. That brings you up to 3. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be a terrible person and use one of my points. So just describe this. So your quickness and your love for your friends helps you use the last burst of fuel that this delightful little shit pile of a ship has. What does that describe that scene? What does that look like?
I literally just hop in and grab it and I start I try to steer us like away, but at the same time I'm like keeping in mind like where are we gonna go? Like I don't have any fuel, right? So I'm kind of just like swerving around the side of the ship that we're the side of the casino ship.
Right. So you're going to just like.
I'm trying not to like beeline away. I'm trying to just kind of like figure 8 and shit. Like.
Right. So there is an awkward period of like they're locked on. And so they're chasing you. So you kind of go one way and they fly up above you. And you can see the fuel like just drifting down to nothing.
Rex!
Rex and Basil, you're not strapped in for these high G maneuvers. No. What are the two of you doing?
Rex, he emerges with a little oxygen mask and he throws it and turns to Basil and he's like, "We gotta go."
Where would you suggest we go, sir?
He points to the casino through the dash.
Right, as the ship takes another hard turn, you both get pressed up against one side.
Basil,
the rockets are after the ship; they're not after us. All right.
Basil gets flung out into space
towards the.
Basil is flung out just rolls out into space.
You didn't even let me finish. He's gone.
Too late. As you're talking, Basil is flung out into space.
Okay, so the ship takes a hard turn. Basil is thrown back against one of the doors, and then it breaks open. Now, Artemis, there's another blue light that's flashing, and it says violent depressurization. It's just like, and like the ship is venting. And I think because you're running out of fuel, now all of the atmosphere venting out the side of the ship has put you into a spin. So you're trying to avoid these missiles, which you're doing a fine job. You got that roll. I think eventually they run out of fuel, but now, and we see this maybe from Luna's perspective, the shuttle has avoided these missiles and is now just kind of like a errant football, like spiraling, like kind of off into the distance. Or maybe it's coming straight for you. That's more fun. Let's say that. You can see it like just swirling towards you, venting atmosphere. And if nobody does anything, it's going to just crash right into the front end. I mean, you're in a disc, so it'll just crash right into where you are and probably kill everyone.
Except Basil.
Rex
Except
shoves.
Basil.
Except Basil. Basil has been ejected
Rex
into the vast
shoves
emptiness.
the gas mask towards you, and he's like, "Put it on. We're jumping."
What?
Rex
what do you mean
grabs.
we're jumping?
Rex grabs the kid. He grabs a fire extinguisher, and he jumps out of the hole that Basil went out of.
Are you
The
gonna fire?
vacuum of space is gonna crush our butt. All right.
So you have to basically what happens is like you slam the mask on Artemis. You're being like pushed against the floor as the shuttle spirals around, hurling towards the casino. You punch the seatbelt brake and it pops open, and basically the two of you, as soon as you let go of the wall, are just sucked out. Like
And then we die instantly.
like a tapioca pearl through
It
a
would
big
be
size.
very,
straw.
very cold. Just
Yeah.
oxygen's not going to help you by your.
Freeze to death
You
and die.
would freeze to death.
Oop, get yanked out of space. Remember, this isn't like for real space. This is
Sorry,
like
you're
a
right. You're right.
bullshit
You're right.
space
This is
fantasy.
movie space.
Right.
So you
right.
know that there is tension. There's like, oh god, something bad will happen if you hang out here. But how many goofs worth of time there are in
Right.
space?
Well,
for
I
people?
figure I was bred to be perfect, so I can last in space for
Probably.
a little bit of time.
So here's the thing: Rex has his arm around you. He's got this fire extinguisher. You jump out the ship. The ship is still coming towards you, Luna. So what are you gonna do?
I click the same button and I fire more missiles at that bitch.
You know how to make the ship do one thing. So you just punch the button.
I punch him
And-
up and go away, man. I'm not dying. No. I like push the lady off that's doing my nuts. I'm like, excuse me. I have something I need to do. And then I push the button and I like sit back and
Yeah.
just like, I like brace a little bit because I'm like, because no matter what, if it blows up, we're going to get some debris still. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So it's coming towards you on a collision course. You fire some more missiles, and they hurl towards it on a course to intercept, and it'll blow it up, and then you'll just get a field of low density debris. Rex, you are out in space. You are some considerable distance from Basil. You can see the ship spiraling off towards the casino. What are you gonna do?
Try and get to Basil
Okay. All right. How are you gonna do that?
by firing my extinguisher in the opposite direction.
Okay. All right.
Firing occasional riffs.
So you turn your body slightly. So the two of you, like an awkward ballet, kind of turn your body to fire the extinguisher, and you pull the thing, and it goes, and a bunch of little fake snakes fly out of the end of it, and you just kind of like
Oh, God.
float in a circle.
Come on, that's got to be something we can roll for.
I mean, it's a magician's ship, so. So now it's you and like a cloud of, and you like it pushed you a little bit. You're like kind of floating. What are you gonna do?
I let go of it, and as it drifts away, I just flip the bird at the fire extinguisher. And I just lean back and close my eyes and just say, shit. And just start drifting in the nothingness of space.
Yep, you feel
Wait,
the
sorry.
black embrace of the void.
It's space. Yeah, space is like water, right? So if I wanted to smack him, it would just be.
Yeah, I mean, you can smack him if you want. It would send the two of you would drift like apart. You could probably kick off of him, and that would send him in a direction. But the two of you are like floating. Basil, with your one good eye that isn't smushed in, you see this happen. You see Rex fire a bunch of silly snakes into space. What are you doing?
Even though there's no sound in space,
Mhm.
if there was, you would hear the maniacal laughter of a droid enjoying himself tremendously. Watching the two of them fire that off is comedy gold. Like there's it's the suffering of humans plus the combination of magic tricks. Truly nothing is as good.
Your two favorite things.
Yeah, the last
human suffering and magic.
If the last thing I see before I fly off into the vacuum of space is that, I'll be good for the next 3,000 years until someone finds me and like just traveling. Trust me, that's all my memory banks need is that right there. I would love that memory.
Nice. So as your eyes begin to crust over with your fluids freezing in space, you gaze upon this one last beautiful thing. Okay, so inside Luna, let's have you roll. I'll have you roll quick to see how good your shot is. The ship has got an auto targeting system, so take a +2.
Okay.
And let's say basically the better you do, the less damage the casino will take from the debris. The casino ship is quite large, so if you roll even like moderately well, it'll just be minorly damaged. There's no way that it's gonna like crash right in and blow up the whole ship or anything, especially if you've got some missiles left. So let's have you roll and see what happens.
I feel a lot of pressure right now. I've got 3.
Okay. Do you want to keep that 3, or do you want to spend something to make it better? Do you? Which I know is like kind of a horseshit thing to say, but that's where we're at. Too bad.
I kind of just want to keep the 3 and maybe take a little bit of damage on the ship. Just like I'm still figuring out these buttons, man. This
okay.
Another language to me. So.
Yeah. So I mean, you know the missile shooty button, and you already have the target lock. So you hit it. And with the ship's assistance, with the target lock, you fire the last of the missiles from the underside, and they hurl towards the shuttle, destroying it, blowing it up, and tiny chunks of ship kind of wash over the front end of the casino, banging into it. You can see it punching holes in some of the like lower decks. But just so that we're all clear on like what to envision here, the casino is basically like a big like UFO shape, like a big disc or saucer, and you are currently at there's no real front, but you're at one end of it, and it's got a big glass belt around the outside, but it's space glass, so it's fine. And the chunks of shuttle kind of ping off of it. You've gotten rid of most of the damage, but there are little warnings that are blinking that you have some minor damage to the casino ship. And yeah, there's a moment where the debris kind of blows apart and fades, and then you can see these life forms at a great distance, showing very, very faint signs of life. What are you gonna do? The ship has no more missiles. You can't accidentally shoot missiles at them. Just putting that out there.
No more missiles. I know the button for the lock on and missiles now, so that's good. At least I know that. I'm not gonna
sort.
Those. But I'm gonna look around at the people around me, and they're all like, I mean, this whole thing they just saw unfold.
Yeah.
They're like,
a few people cheer and wave little flags.
Well, now that we've destroyed the enemy, does anyone know how to read what I'm looking at? I've never seen this language before. I just look at the crowd. I look at like all the people around me as they get quiet.
You could roll to create an aspect, right? Like helpful translator.
Yeah, I'd like to roll to see if there's someone that like is a translator or just as well.
Yeah, that might be able to help. Sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay. Let's have you roll. You're trying to get like their attention. There's no like, because this is just like random luck, basically.
Yeah. Well, now I think it would almost be careful. I feel like because I'm trying not to fire missiles or do anything crazy again on them.
Yeah. You're just not just like mashing buttons. Careful is fine. Yeah, let's call it a difficulty 2.
Okay. God. Why?
Someday you'll.
It's your luck is actually incredible, though.
I don't get it. You're really bad at this. I know.
The actual show wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I could use, honestly, to sort of like to help myself in this.
Yeah, it's tricky because Luna's not really about like other people so much. She is about like science. So
yeah, and she's in a situation where it's very much it's engineering of sorts, but it's not chemical engineering.
Yeah. I mean, maybe everyone just looks at each other awkwardly, like they really want to be able to help, but they're
I almost feel like, and this might be a stretch, and you can tell me so, but I almost feel like model prisoner might be your thing, because right now they're all under her guidance, and they're under, like, they are her subjects. So that coercion of, you guys are my people, I need your help now. Like...
I mean, that's sort of the opposite of that aspect.
Okay.
Right? Like, I see what you're going for, but
I know it's for her specifically, but okay. Yeah. I tried.
It's okay. It's
and
fine.
Failed again. So no one says anything. I'm like, does anyone here read a book? Have you been to school? You just gamble. And then as I say that, they all cheer at gamble.
Yeah, totally. They're a bunch of total morons, and no one is in a position to help you. They all kind of just like look at each other. So space friends, it looks like you are on your own.
For now,
Artemis, you have the longest chance of surviving here, because your superior genetic engineering and innate Mingasi strengthiness. What are you gonna do?
I have a pitch.
Okay, hit me.
Are you ready? So, our ship just got blown up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means that there's ship debris everywhere.
Yeah. There's debris in all directions. So there's some making its way towards you quite quickly. Yep.
I want to grab onto Rex's like wrist, and I want to like do what you were goofing about me doing to him, but to pieces of debris, like push off from pieces of debris one at a time until we get to the ship.
Right, like a bad PlayStation platformer. You want to just
exactly
like, from
how would that work?
Debris.
It doesn't matter. It's a space movie.
Physics is a nebulous and tricky creature, and we cannot merely wrestle it to the ground. We must go where it takes us.
Bend it to our will.
Sure. Yeah, you can. That sounds like fine.
It's a good thing my circuits are freezing over, or I would question the validity of all of this.
I wanna use my Rex. Want to use his stunt to have a flashback.
Okay. Sure. So while Artemis, this is a good plan. We can go with this. I'm curious what this flashback is about, though.
Rex is leaning back. His eyes are closed, and he remembers a moment he once had with everyone on his team.
Yeah.
They just
here we go.
Escaped Margaritaville, and they're on the ship after the marsupial, and Rex is kind of like head in his hands.
Eugene's still got little bits of fur in his gloop.
And then he laughs, and he turns to the group and he's, honestly, this might be the worst crew I've ever had.
Hey, come on, you flatter us.
I mean, no offense, but we're awful.
No. We got this nice-ass ship over here, though. I mean, we're doing pretty all right.
I thought we were friends.
We are. Just saying, in terms of crews, this is absolutely the worst one.
Ever. I'll be your friend, big guy.
Thanks, pal.
Mm-hmm.
We like high five, slap, like slime high five.
The slap makes his Rex eyes jaw open, and he looks around, and he sees a maniacal, half-faced Mel Gibson robot laughing at him from across space.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Nope.
And a squirming child in his arm, and a casino that just opened fired on their ship. And
yes.
He smirks and he says, I was wrong.
I was wrong. All right. So the space madness seems to be gripping old Rex, Artemis. You can see he's talking.
That stunt had no use.
He's talking to ghosts.
For the story, it had
it's beautiful. Yeah. He's seeing ghosts. He seems to have lost himself in the great blackness of the void. And now the debris field like comes over you, and it's like you're passing through an asteroid field. Right? There's sharp chunks of burning metal kind of like ripping past you. And you want to try to use them and leap from chunk to chunk on your way to the casino?
Yeah.
I believe in you. All right. So this sounds like it could be any number of things. It's certainly not sneaky. I think it's going to take quickness to do this thing.
Agreed.
What am I
and I think it's difficulty 3 to overcome the challenge of being far away.
Woo!
Nice. Excellent.
That's
All right.
up.
So, so what does that look like? Is this just describe the scene for us? So you get what you want. You can use the debris field to get to the hull of the casino ship.
Cool. Yeah, it's like I like grab Rex's arm and I kind of pull him so that he's like kind of flush up against my back, and then I grab the first piece of debris and pull us over to it and get my footing, and then just push off toward another piece of debris. And then do the exact same thing just over and over and over again, trying to make sure that like I do it fast enough that I don't get hit by other pieces of debris that are around. Like
yeah. And I think it's very harrowing, right? Like there's a bunch of near misses. There's one part where you have to wait as one comes hurtling towards you, like pool balls, and you leap from between them as they crash into each other. There's we're spending a lot of budget on this action sequence.
Yeah.
To show Artemis's natural dexterity. And you leap from piece to piece, and there's this last moment where the closest piece of debris, you're actually on one that's moving towards the casino now. Where do you want to end up? Do you want to try to like
well, there's already that opening, right, from where Basil just like fucking pieced out.
Yeah, I mean,
there's an opening.
The front side of the casino is pretty like dinged up. It's not in perfect shape. There's chunks, missing. There's holes. There's also just like the big front window that you're kind of moving towards too.
But we need an opening. We're trying to get in the ship.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's got like.
I did break a window. There is an opening. There's at least one opening.
There's some busted places on it.
Okay, yeah. If I can like aim,
sure.
If I can aim for one of these nice little holes here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So while this is happening, Rex, what are you just like letting yourself be carried along?
Yeah, Rex's eyes are shut.
Right. Okay. Sure. Rex he's imagining the afterlife that awaits him.
Yeah. And all the people waiting for him there.
Right. There's some sad music playing. You can see a cloudy place with people wearing white robes playing harps. And Eugene's
like
there.
Literally like every enemy he's ever defeated. Like it's like a cafe. And every enemy he's ever defeated is like holding up like a cup of an espresso and being like,
Rex, we're waiting for you.
See you soon, fuckface.
Like cheers.
They're all flipping him off.
They're all flipping him off.
Come on in, pal.
Somebody pouring you a big old beer. It's got your name on it, like Rex. It's like, come on in, man. The big bar fight in the sky. All right. So while Rex is imagining the great beyond, you are hurtling towards this thing, and you crouch down, Rex in hand, and get ready to launch yourself. Luna, I think you can see this happening. You see Artemis getting closer and closer, moving from bit to bit, and the ship has got a camera or whatever, a feed locked on her, and you can see her kind of like jumping around. Do you want to do anything?
I fire more missiles. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Come on, man.
Is there like? Well, I mean, I guess I could try to figure this out. Is there like a door that I can open to make it easier for them, like a cargo bay type area that they can come in and I can close it after them?
Yeah, totally.
Try to figure that out. Maybe try to make it easier. Maybe you make it a 0, so that way I know I'll get it.
So you could try to create a situation like open the pod bay doors, or you could just give +1 to Artemis just by helping, because Artemis is going to need to make this like one more big jump.
No, I'm gonna open the doors.
Okay, so you make that aspect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Let's call it a difficulty 2, and I think you're clever or quick, whichever you prefer.
Gee, I wonder. Did I get it?
You got it.
Yeah. We got
Okay.
it. Okay, sorry. I'm really happy.
Okay. So Artemis, as you hurl towards the casino, pizza in hand, the pod bay doors begin to open, and you can see this opening that all you have to do is just hold Rex tight, kick off as hard as you can, and you'll make it there. But meanwhile, while you're crouched down, we see your teeth gritted. Basil, what are you doing? You're just like floating gently in space, and it looks like they're not going to die after all.
Basil has not been focusing on what's going on with them. He is just enjoying the last image that he saw, because his eyes, his eye processors have frozen over, so he can't see anything that's going on. He just knows that in his memory banks, he just sees Rex valiantly. It replays over and over again, valiantly turning that fire extinguisher around and looking right at him like, "I got you," and pressing it, and snakes come out, and then cracking up. He's just laughing repeatedly. Yep.
Okay.
And then slowly spinning into the void.
We see your slightly crusty body. You have like ice all over you. We see it drifting, and so this is cool. You're far enough away now that you're kind of out of everyone else's view, while everyone else is focused on you getting into the ship. We see Basil hit something, but we can't see the thing. Like you hit empty space, and there's like a faint like rippling of the space that you hit. But you like clunk up against something. And when that happens, we cut back to Artemis. Artemis, are you ready to make that leap?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so there is Luna has created an aspect.
The open bay doors.
Yeah. And now you can, if you want to, you can use that, but you can roll first. This, I think, because it's all about timing, is going to be a careful roll, because it's like jumping at the right time. Okay. And I think for this one, you're pulling Rex with you. Let's call it a 3. Okay. So.
But I can use the pod bay doors.
Yes, exactly. You can use the pod bay doors.
Yay! Perfect.
So yeah, what does that look like? So you wouldn't have been able to do it yourself if Luna hadn't opened that like this. You're not exact enough to leap in there, but with the doors opening, so they're kind of like folding
big
open
old
underneath
gap.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that I see some like little openings here and there, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna go for it. And as I make the jump, the doors start to open, and I'm like, oh.
Right. And this is the like hallelujah moment where like all the light just pours down on you as you ascend up into the ship.
Yeah. Totally.
Cool. Okay. So you and Rex, and I think it is very much this. As with Die Hard, it's very biblical. Totally. there is kind of this choir music that plays, and you like ascend like an angel clutching Rex to your butt, naked Rex, no less.
Right. Yeah. Look, I didn't choose this.
You fly up into the ship, and the doors close underneath you, and you are dumped. You're dumped unceremoniously onto the floor of the deck. And what's cool, I think, is that we see you land on the deck of the ship, and as there's that sound of like you crashing onto the deck, we cut to a similar scene. But it's all where the casino is all bright white and blue and gold. The place that we hear this crash sound as someone is tossed onto the metal grating of a deck. It's black and with red lighting. So lots of black matte metal, red lighting from above, really harsh lighting. And we see the semi-frozen body of Basil crash down into a pressurized space. And Basil, as you start to kind of thaw out, because you're in a pressurized environment again with heat, through your sensor, because you have, I guess, one of your eyes is smushed, you can see moving towards you a pair of heavy leather boots, like big thick sole leather boots with metal spikes running down one side, and someone is walking towards you, but you're lying on your face looking across, so they're kind of coming at you this way. You can maybe start to move or talk, but you're still very, very frozen.
Basil looks at him and is like, "Oh, hello. What year is it?"
And whoever it is walks over to you, and they say something, and we get subtitles, but in an alien language. She there's a woman's voice, and she snarls something at you, and her boots are just the only thing in your vision, but you don't understand what she says.
Basil tries to decipher what the words are, but I assume can't because I don't immediately understand it. So Basil is like, "Has basic language evolved so much? I must be in the future."
Right. You assume you've been out for a very long time.
Right.
So we see a hand grab you. Someone reaches down and grabs you, and she's got this like pale, like white, kind of white gray skin, black fingernails, sharp black fingernails. She's wearing fingerless gloves. And she has like black markings on her arm, and she reaches down and grabs you and lifts you up. And through your thawing vision, you can see there's a woman, and she's dressed like the way they dress Klingon women in TNG, like this weird leather kind of bustier and like a half cape, and everything's black leather or like metal. She has huge, puffy like metal hair, big black hair, and she has the red eyes and face markings of an Agaran huntress, and she slams you against the wall, and she barks something at you in Agaran.
Basil looks at her and goes, "Oh my, I like the cut of your jib. Do you murder much? Are you good at it?"
And so she looks at you like she doesn't understand what you're saying either, and you can see her lip peel back, and she has like sharp teeth, and she like drags you over to the wall and pushes you down onto a bench, and pulls a cable out from the wall with a kind of sharp looking prong on the end of it. And you have like a data port somewhere near your head. Where is it that she jams this cable?
It is at the base of my neck, on my back.
Okay. So yeah, she grabs your head, turns it sideways, and jams this cable in. And you get a bunch in your vision. Your vision goes red as the Agaran ship OS tries to interface with yours. Do you interface with the ship's computer, or do you try to
I'd like to try to take over the OS.
Okay. So you're just going to aggressively be like, "No, it's my ship now."
Yes, I would like to try and take it over.
Okay, sure. Let's do an opposed roll. I mean, you're being forceful, so go ahead and roll that.
Forceful, one of my least good skills. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So I'll roll as well. Oh, -4. Good.
Oh my god!
That's great. You did fantastic. You're really messed up.
All I needed was I want to reroll. Reroll.
So what are you gonna reroll? How are you gonna do that?
Just a gigolo. The ship AI and she do not expect me to be the world-destroying robot that I actually am.
Right. So she's underestimating you.
Yeah, everyone underestimates old Basil.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can
do this. You can do this, me. I believe. Yeah, that's not bad.
Right. We're tied. So I think at this point, unless you want to spend another point, it's basically like a stalemate. You'll get to interface, and it'll know that you were trying to mess with it. And I think maybe you'll have access to more than you normally would, but you wouldn't. You don't have control.
That's fine. That works.
Okay, so you're okay with that? All right.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the two of you, there's a brief red static in your vision, and then the ship's kind of descending matrixy sharp-looking letters start translating into things you can understand. And they're just interface protocols for the ship. What her intent was and what the ship is trying to do is interface with you so that she can talk to you. Like it's teaching you the Agaran language.
Okay.
The ship doesn't have any AI or anything. But I think you can let me know if there are systems that you want to try to access, but you don't have control of anything.
Oh, I want to access everything about the current situation. Like literally up-to-date information, because I'm convinced that this is far in the future and I've been frozen for decades, if not centuries. So I want to know what's going on. So I'm trying to access all the basic information from this computer.
Okay, so you're just trying to get at like the logs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So I think you can get a basic understanding of, like, you get bits and pieces of that data. The ship belongs to an Agaran huntress whose name is Leviatha Hellhammer.
Hell yes.
And that is the woman who stands before you, who's looking at you like she's waiting for the progress bar to fill, scowling at you. She's got a big sharp knife in her belt and a couple of guns. So the woman scowling down at you is one Leviatha Hellhammer, a Agaran huntress, and the ship is hers. And the other information you find is you've only been out here for like 5 minutes. Like it's not the distant future like you thought. And it looks like she is. It looks like she's after Rex. She's got a profile of him in the system. There's a picture and a name, a couple of like unwanted or uncleared bounties, and that's who she's been tracking. Her log is just places where Rex has been spotted. And so she looks at you, and I think she reaches out and with the back of one hand she like slaps you in the face a couple of times, and then she snarls and she says, "Did it work?"
Oh my, I think it did.
She snarls. She's like, "Your pronunciation is terrible."
I'm learning. It's a work in process.
And she scowls and says, What are you doing out there, sexbot?"
I was thrown from the ship. Turns out they weren't a fan of my technique.
Do you know the Sharkanoid?
Sharkanoid? There's many people on that station. It's possible there's a Sharkanoid there.
She hits a couple of buttons on her wrist computer and a picture of Rex comes up and she kind of shoves it in your face. She's like, this Sharkanoid.
Oh. That Sharkanoid? Yes, he has very strange tastes.
And she looks back at the like down the corridor to the cockpit, and you can see through her viewport, you can see the casino in the distance, and she says, "Is he on that ship?"
Last time I saw him, he was on that ship, and he points to the destruction of the like latter half of the ship that was destroyed earlier.
She says, "Fine." And points at you. Stay there. And then she says to the computer, it's like disable his movement systems. And the computer tries to like turn off your legs, basically.
I would like to fight that.
Yeah, you want to try to resist that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How do you do that?
I would assume again this falls back to they assume I'm just like a sex bot, so they don't know that I have like. Yeah, that I have like the obviously, AI of like a more powerful system.
For sex bots to be a thing in the world, they would have to be built with emergency shutoff systems, so that if things get a little heated and you don't want them to, you could just say the command or press the button, and old mail just turns off.
But so I'm like pieced together, like exactly, the rest of me except for my head is pieced together.
Okay, sure. So let's
go ahead and normal sex bot.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your sneaky to try to evade the system.
2?
You got a 2. Yeah, you have safe word systems. Exactly. I also got it too. All right. So here's your choice. You can spend a point and totally resist, or you can tell me a different thing they shut down instead of your Movation.
Your desire,
trying to think of what I'm trying to think.
Your desire to kill. You just want sex.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick some other system that gets disabled instead.
Man, I want it to be. My desire to kill, unfortunately, is who I am.
Yeah,
and that can never be shut down. But I want it to be something equally silly. I just don't know what I would have in me.
Okay, well, you can think about it. We can cut over to the other ship. So Luna, your ship has some new passengers. Are you there? Are you there to meet with Artemis and Rex, or do you let them just come on board by themselves?
I let them just come on board. I don't meet them. I would like to say that I'm still tracking Basil.
Okay. Well, so Basil just disappears all of a sudden.
Okay. Like, can that be what got shut down?
You can see him, and then he vanishes.
Can that be what got shut down?
What's that?
Whatever tracking device is inside of me is gone.
Oh, no, you disappear for a different reason.
Oh, because I'm in a cloaking field.
Yeah, because you're inside a cloaked ship. Yeah. I see you've sci-fi'd before. So yeah, you're tracking him, right, Luna? You just see him like boop, 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 and he just vanishes off the sensors.
Interesting. Then I get up, and that's when I do walk towards the bay doors where Artemis and them would be then. So
all right, so Artemis and Rex will have a moment. So Artemis, as you land on the deck, as the artificial gravity of the casino ship kicks in and pulls you onto the deck, the doors shut. Rex and you are both alive, if a little bit frosty. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna smack his face and see if he'll open his eyes. Hey, Are you okay? Are you alive?
Yes, I'm alive.
Awesome.
Says it like a man who wishes he wasn't.
He gets up and kind of like dusts himself off. And, good job, kid. Where are we?
Oh, we're on the casino ship. They opened the bay doors for us. I think Luna's probably on here, unless
One step forward, 2 steps back.
Oh, but
come on.
I mean, it's still a ship, right? Like, we could take this ship.
This.
I don't know.
Yeah,
look, the other one is blown up.
Take the hundreds of idiots on board it too. That would be good.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that pleasure ship that you grabbed was such a good find.
Are there any clothes in this?
I mean, it's like a pod, an escape pod bay. So yeah, probably mostly all the escape pods.
Like generic spacesuit.jpg.
Yeah, the pods have been jettisoned, but you could grab a spacesuit. Sure.
All right, cool. I grabbed like a skin tight spacesuit.
Yeah, of course. It fits you.
Get the close up of the zip up over the torso, and then he kind of like nods his head towards the exit, and he's like, "Come on, then. We've got scientists to find."
Okay.
So where would the hangar lead? Or am I just going?
No. As they're there, they hear like, the door comes up of the back, and then the doors to the cargo bay open. They like open. It's a bright light, and they hear marching, and they see pitchforks and torches of these simpletons that don't know how to read anything, and they walk in 2 lines and then separate.
Yeah, you see a group of what looks like a cross between Las Vegas casino goers and medieval peasants. They're all grubby for some reason. Their clothes are all torn. They have like long scraggly hair and beards and are carrying like ship tools. And there's just a kind of crowd of them that come in. And looking around, Artemis, you and Rex both notice that it looks like there's been a pitched battle here. Like there's bodies lying in places. You can see some broken down like robots. Some shit has happened since you've been away in the like 4 metric goofs since the last time you were on the ship.
God, I was on this ship like an hour ago. Okay.
Rex is just folding his arms.
Take us to your leader.
And then one goes, "You must bow down before the queen." And he's like this like little guy. He's like this little tiny guy that you can barely even see. And he has like this deep booming voice.
And he's got some attitude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are you wait, are you even there?
No, I'm still walking it. Like all these people decided that they were gonna go before me to protect me. And I'm just like,
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luna, is that you? I can't see because there's a lot of like ambient lighting happening right now.
It's very atmospheric in here.
Can you see? You're taller than me. Is it Luna?
And then the little munchkin guy goes, "No one addresses the queen by the first name."
Oh my God, what happened here?
I love the idea of this little guy being some kind of weird rodent with like a frilly collar. Like he's got that kind of, and like.
So this is probably from like medieval robots to like a crown court.
Yeah, and he's got like a trumpet that if Luna were around, he would blow loudly to signal her arrival. Yeah. Yeah.
And they won't get it. I'm like pushing on the way. I'm like, come on. No, calm down. No, I don't want any meat. Go away.
So the crowd parts, and everyone, I mean, again, remember, there's not that many of them. The whole ship has like maybe 20 extras that are around. And every time something bad happens, more of them die. But they separate and kind of like bow their heads to their savior, Luna, who got rid of the villain. The villain Basil, and then Luna, you step through. Yeah, didn't you gave him a fake name, right, Luna, last time? So it's fine. Like if the NPC knows you by your fake name that you gave him.
They think she's Artemis.
Yes, you introduce yourself as Artemis. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know who this Luna is that you address, but I am Artemis, and welcome to my ship. And I like look at Artemis, and I like
I look at Rex with like a.
Rex is mega confused because he's seen Artemis looking like Luna. And he just looks Artemis. He's like, "Not fucking this again, really?"
I swear, I swear. Okay, this is
one of the
aliens.
One of the aliens near you, Luna, says, "Shall we throw the intruders out the airlock, Your Majesty?"
Did you want to lose your fucking head?
Oh, don't be so dramatic. They're fine. We thought it was the enemy, Basil, but it's not. I've done away with him. I told you. And I look at both of you again like, oh my God, I swear if you say anything. Is that
great?
So, clearly, until you do something stupid, you'll be friends of the ship, and I can show you around.
Friends of the ship.
Everybody make way.
Friends of the ship that blew up our ship. That was you, wasn't it?
No, it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
So one of the other aliens,
we had a ship and we were coming to save you, and then our ship blew up.
One of the other aliens nearby, who seems to be like kind of like caked in potato salad, he says, "Yes, our mighty queen shot down the enemy ship before it was able to harm us. Praise her indeed." And they're all like, "Yay!" and then cheering and clapping, a lot of fawning.
Just roll my eyes. I'm just like, listen, if you didn't hurtle the ship at us, then maybe I wouldn't have destroyed it.
We hurtled it because you fired torpedoes. Yeah.
Turns out I'm not the best navigator. I know science, and I can break apart a body in seconds, but I clicked.
Those sound like queen-ish qualities to me.
All right, where's Basil?
Remember, I
defeated him. Remember, Rex?
Oh my God!
So we cut back to the red and black interior of the Agaran penetrator, and Basil, you're sitting on this bench with the cable running out from the back of your head, your smushed in head, and you've had a system disabled, and I think that the huntress commands the ship. She says, She says, "Bring us in closer." And the ship like comes to life and starts to drift slowly towards the casino ship. She turns back to you and she says, "What were you doing out there?"
So yeah, the system that shut down on my end is my inventive dialogue motivator. I can't lie anymore.
Okay.
So the minute she asks me, I just start spilling everything that's like, well, it starts with the reason why I was immediately out there, followed by previously I was on board the ship, but then Rex hit me with the ship, and before that, I was on the other ship and I broke the glass because I was trying to kill the woman who now controls the ship because I don't really care about people. Have you ever really not cared about people? She
puts her hand up. She's like, enough. Sorry, I asked. She scowls. She says, "You are obviously malfunctioning. You're a pleasure robot, aren't you?"
No, not really. I took its form, but really before that, and he starts listing off like years and years of previous droids that he's been inside of, and it just keeps going and going and going, and it really is.
Before that, I was a tractor, and before that, I was a slot machine.
Right.
Okay, so before you get to the good stuff, again, she gets tired. She's like, "Ugh," and like puts her hands up, and she says, "I'm looking for Rex. We have unfinished business. You know him."
Yes,
you know
we've worked together for some time. Yes, he's inside, and he points to the casino ship. He's there.
Good. And she says, "Don't go anywhere. I may have use for you yet." And she heads up into the cockpit.
And as she walks away, I'm like, "I'm no good sexually. I don't function that way."
She looks over her shoulder and she says, "You're not my type." And continues into the cockpit. So you're just like alone in the back of the ship, kind of like hanging out. This ship is bigger than the shuttle that they were in. You seem to be in just like a side airlock area. And you have access to the rest. You know what the rest of the ship is. It's got a intergalactic penetration drive, lots of fuel, heavily armored and weaponed. It's a nasty ship. You would not want to be on the business end of someone using this thing to commit violence. So what do you want to do?
Basil, with the cord, I assume still in him. Yes.
Yeah.
Walks around and tries to small talk the machine, the AI of the ship.
Right. The ship's like limited computer, and you're talking to Siri essentially.
Right.
Okay. Sure.
And I'm just asking about the ship and its weapons and its capabilities, and trying to learn everything I can about what this ship can actually do.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, I think why don't you roll to try to charm the ship, basically.
Okay.
Because you're just trying to like get around its you have access, which allows you to do this. What approach do you think makes sense?
Well, I would assume either sneaky or clever, because I'm trying to charm but actually just gain information.
Okay.
So I don't know which one do you think is better.
I think sneaky makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, that's not very
okay.
good. I might also roll badly. Let's see. You got a 0. I got a 1, so I didn't do too much better than you.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm fine with the 0 because my inventive dialogue motivator's down, so I literally lack the ability to try and charm the pants off this AI. I'm just like, so you've got many guns. Can you tell me about the weapons on this ship? I'd love to know more.
Yeah, it gives you a rundown of its weapon statistics. Nothing that you wouldn't have been able to just pull from the manifest. This ship could single-handedly blow up the casino, no problem. Like a single volley. Maybe for once you are the one who is becoming aroused. This is a killing machine. You could do a hell of a lot of damage with this thing.
What is your name, AI? I like you very much.
Yeah, the ship is not complex enough to have its own name. Agarans don't name their ships. All you know is that it is a penetrator class Agaran gunboat, and it is very proud of its guns and appreciates you. Thank you for noticing.
A penetrator class. I'll call you Penny.
Perfect. All right. So Penny and its owner, Leviathan Hellhammer, have been on the hunt for Rex for some time. Though, based on the logs you have access to, you can't figure out why. You just know you can see places that you've been with Rex, and then a couple before you met him, where the ship was, where they've been tracking Rex, but just missed him a few times. Yeah.
Basil sort of stares out to the. I assume there's like a window or an airlock or somewhere where I can see.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, Penny, how many missiles would it take you to destroy that ship?
So Penny, we'll give it a voice because it's more fun that way. So Penny, Penny says, 1 moment, Basil. By my estimation, 2. 1 if I hit it right in the facility reactor.
Penny, is it inappropriate to say that I love you?
This is a long pause. I'm not sure I'm able to process that.
Good, neither am I. Tell me again how you'd blow it up.
And so Penny begins to tell you in great detail the many ways that Penny would be able to destroy this casino and kill everyone on board. Efficient ways that would send a message, ways to drag it out. There's lots of different. Penny is ready to jump into action as need be. So there you go. I don't think that that Leviathan Hellhammer notices or cares that you're falling in love with her ship.
Right.
So meanwhile, back on the casino, where are the three of you? Have you gone up to the main deck or?
Yeah, and I'm showing them the controls now and trying to explain quietly to Artemis about how I accidentally misfired because I show her the button and I'm like, yeah, don't hit that one. That's a bad one right there. And I like take a piece of tape and I put it like just very gently over the button with no.
There's a piece of like masking tape that says "Do not press."
Do not press. Yeah.
Kind of like taped over the perfect. Yeah, very safe.
I'm all about that science stuff. I have no idea when it comes to navigating on ships, and I can't even drive a car. So.
Yeah, Luna/Artemis has a navigator's chair that looks more like a throne. They've put this fur robe kind of over the back of it, and there are some pillows around it where her servants were laying around.
I have one guy volunteered himself, and he's on a leash next to it. In his
Luna's got it under control here.
Yeah.
Sexy alien man in a Speedo. Probably used to be a waiter here.
Probably.
So what?
So you approach the controls of the ship.
Okay, yeah. Since we're like pss-ing at each other,
Mm-hmm.
I say, why are there so many dead people on this ship?
Oh well, you see, Basil got angry.
Oh yeah, never mind. You don't have to finish it.
What? What? Me?
You did kill a lot of people. I'm just saying.
I killed very few people.
Wait, I think your robot revolution killed many people. And they killed many robots.
Yeah, there've been several revolutions in the long history of this casino ship.
Statistically speaking, very few people died under my reign compared to others of my type.
That's true.
But you're not here, so Basil got angry. Go. And I had to take him out. And I wink. I wink directly at her, trying to make sure no one else sees it. And I'm like, but I imagine that you've actually seen him since then.
Yeah, we ran into him. But then he just kind of jumped out of the ship
and then we were, dying in space. So
that's kind of deja vu because he jumped out of the ship with me in the room and almost killed me. So
that also doesn't surprise me. I look for Rex. Rex, are you near us?
No.
Where are you?
Where's Rex at?
Rex is just like sat, and he's got like spears pointed at him. They still don't trust him yet.
I love that these people are like Ewoks. Like,
yeah, that's how I see them.
Yeah,
they've got like they've got like spears pointed at him, and he's just like stood with arms folded, like towering over them. It's like, oh, whatever. But he's out of earshot. He's like,
okay.
Probably about 10 feet away, and there's like a guy like, don't try anything, shark.
Yeah, a little like cockroach guy with a spear.
Yeah. He's got 2 spears.
Totally, because he's got lots of arms.
I look at Artemis and I'm like, so would you know how to navigate this ship? I mean, I know nothing about this. This is all new to me.
Oh God, I don't pilot. Like look at it.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to puzzle it out.
Rex would be better at this, but I think they're shoving forks in his face or whatever it is everybody has over there.
I would like to offer you a compel, Artemis.
Okay.
I think that it would really impress Rex.
Right.
I think he would love it, in fact, if you could take the initiative and learn how to pilot this ship.
Right.
I would like to compel your somebody to love aspect, and I think this is an opportunity for you to really show your worth.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you do?
I like at first I'm like, I don't know, but then I look at it for a while and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think I could pilot this. Yeah. Can I sit here? Are they gonna like poke me or?
Oh, you should be fine. I'll say that you're keeping it warm for me.
Sure. Okay. I sit down and boot up all of the weird like Minority Report screens.
Yeah. The dude in the Speedo with the like chain thing.
Sure.
Starts to fan you with a palm frond. God knows where he got it, but you feel a gentle breeze, and he looks up at you with his big anime eyes glistening.
And as he does, stop it! You're gonna cool the seat down. That's the whole point.
He's like, I'm sorry.
This is weird, right? Like, that this whole thing is super weird.
Oh yes, I know. I can't read it either. That's why I was having.
No, I don't. No, yeah. Okay.
Like, I mean, socially.
Never mind.
But whatever. Okay. So how do you approach the controls? Is this a kind of like, well, I got this, and like you're just gonna start hitting buttons, or also Rex is not paying attention, so you're gonna need to square that away.
Right. Well, I would say that like I'm gonna first look for images that seem to be universal. Like Rex and I have been in quite a few ships that are not ours, and there tend to be like specific ways that these ships like delineate different sections of the ship. So right. I would want to figure out like, okay, this specifically is.
Oh, do you want to make an aspect first? That'll help you, like some kind of universal, because you're part of the Mingasi, right? And they're the lingua franca, right? Like they're the Roman Empire here. So if anybody is using symbology, it'll come from your culture. Yeah, right. Yeah. I dig it. Okay, yeah. Cool. So this sounds like you're being careful. Let's say difficulty 2. Okay. And we'll create if you're successful, you can create an aspect that you can use to figure out the ship systems. I like it. Well, I mean, the number is right. The number was correct. The minus next to it really didn't do you any favors. Would you like to try rolling that again with an aspect, or are you just okay misinterpreting the...
I'll re-roll.
Okay. All right.
I'll re-roll it.
So what aspect are you...
I already re-rolled.
Aspect are you...
But hey, I know that my re-roll works.
Yeah. So what allowed you to make that re-roll?
I guess like just building off of what we just said, like hopeful Mingasi urchin that I am Mingasi, and there are like specific ways that
your Mingasi heritage, totally. So you sit down and like so many plucky young computer hackers of your
this is Unix system.
You know this.
I know this.
I know this.
So some of the symbology is familiar. It looks like it's been adapted and changed. This obviously isn't a Mingasi ship, but it's old. It's like a hella old. This ship. I mean, they built the space station around it. It looks to you like some kind of research vessel, or it was at one point, of some kind of ancient client state of the Mingasi. And so you understand the Mingasi iconography of the ship, and that might be able to help you pilot it.
Cool.
So yeah, you can figure out some very basic stuff. You get the ship actually has like currently there's a section in the kind of middle of the casino that wasn't repurposed. It doesn't look like they got access to it. It's sealed. There's a sealed internal section that you can't see what its purpose is, but like it's still sealed from whenever this ship's original purpose.
Can we tell, or can I tell at least, like where on the ship it is?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's like the very middle of the ship is the reactor, which powers the ship and allows you to move it through space. And then the outer sides of the ship, most of the ship has been repurposed to be a casino, but there are parts of the ship that contain the missile systems. All of the ship stuff that hasn't been used for whatever 1,000 years is all kind of malfunctioning or broken. And then there's this untouched section that you don't have access to, and that's part of the iconography. You get the map, and you can pull up this stuff. And so Luna, you're watching Artemis kind of like do the thing, right? Like pulling up maps and getting some holograms of the ship and doing that thing where you're watching someone figure something out or doing a puzzle, and they're like, oh, and then this goes here, and like moving these things around. So you're seeing her kind of figure it out.
I'm taking notes, like everything she's pressing. I'm like taking notes in my little scientific journal. So you see like chemical formulas over here, and then just like all this gibberish about stuff I don't. I'm like, this button equal this thing. It's like this thing where it's like, just in case something happens, I know what not to press at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suddenly like look right at you, and I'm like, you've been on this ship for a while. Do you know like where everything is? Like when you look at this map, can you tell where this is?
I point to an area, and I'm like, well, that's where I almost got killed, but instead someone else died, and I believe it's a bathroom. I'm not quite sure. Oh, yeah. And then that's where I got chased by a bunch of medieval robots. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is. Have you ever seen those? And I'm like,
no, I don't think I want to really.
And I'm like,
so I think I can get this open, maybe, but I don't know where it is. If you want to, I mean, we could like check it out if we can get it open. It looks like there's a whole section of this ship that nobody's used for a long time.
I look up at Rex, and I look back at Artemis, and I'm like, how about we send our prisoner?
That's a good idea. I look over thinking that this whole time he's probably been paying attention because I'm doing something super cool. And I like look over and I'm like, yeah, Rex, how about you? And I realize he hasn't been looking at all. And I'm like,
so Rex, the area that you're in was the area that served as the bar before, and there's still lots of functional alcohol bottles. Have you found your way over to them?
Yeah, so what Arma sees when she looks towards me is like Rex top shelving a whiskey, and then the cockroach guy is like trying to stop him, and he's like pushing the cockroach guy in the face. And like kind of wrestling him to get the whiskey. And they're yelling something at each other. You can't quite make out what it is.
Okay. So yeah, when you look over, that's what you see, Artemis.
And
let's send him.
I dress like a couple of the like taller subjects, and I'm like, bring him over here, bring him to us, tell him we need him.
I want to try to unlock that area.
Okay, so first you're going to need to get access to the ship systems. You're going to need to figure out, because the iconography was the setup for the next roll, right?
Right.
Okay. So this is going to be a careful roll. And if you succeed, you'll gain access to the ship, and you'll have total control over its internal systems, in so much as you have like that you would be able to get from this console. So you'll be able to fly it if it's flyable, fire its weapons, tractor beams, all that horse shit. So I'm gonna say it's difficulty 2. Probably not too difficult now.
Okay. If I use the iconography, then
if you use the iconography, you'll be okay. All right. So yeah, you took that extra minute to figure out, like, okay, I think I know what that symbol is supposed to be, and I've seen these 3 before, and don't press that one.
Right.
And I think from our perspective, we watch you kind of looking at it. We see the glow of the console on your face, and you don't press anything, but we can see the weird alien language becoming English, so we can see it. And so now when we see it from your perspective, like, you have an idea of what the ship is for. What would you like to know?
Can I get information about what that closed off area is?
It's above the clearance. It's above the clearance level of the pilot station. It's like, you do know that it's labeled like top secret, and it is it's inaccessible to you because it belongs to some other substation. You'd have to go down there and either break it open or do some kind of like tricking it to think that you're a system that you're not. But it does immediately. So it immediately like it's a flag, right? Where you're like, oh, that's top secret. There's something like very important and secretive down there.
Right. So I can't unlock it from here.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like it definitely. I don't know. Maybe it's. I mean, you can speculate on what you think it is, but it's inaccessible to the current system. You can do. It's weird because you can move the ship around. You can do all kinds of stuff with the ship, but whatever's in that hold, whatever's being contained in the area, you're not allowed to know what it is.
Okay. As Rex is being like brought over, I in kind of the way little kids do, where like the chair is backwards, I like hop up like this to look at you guys, and I'm like, okay, here's the thing. So I think this ship used to be like a research ship, and there's this whole section that it's like top secret, right? It's all locked up down there. I can't get it open, but there might be really, really good stuff in there, or I mean, again, it's a research ship, right? So there might be really, really bad stuff in there. So it's kind of your guys' call, like if we should try breaking in there at all. But
well, the scientist in me wants to go check it out. And I look
what do you think?
I'm assuming I'm going.
Well, you're the prisoner, right? You're the bodyguard. Let's go.
Watch your mouth. Swigs the whiskey.
I'm not the one that left me with the murderous robot, okay?
He kind of like looks around. He like gestures, and he's like, "Which way do I go?"
Okay. I like bring up the map, and I try to detail like excruciatingly, like, okay, you go down here and you turn, and then you go around here, and then it's here.
So
it's going to be this door.
It looks like when they built the station around this wreck, they basically blocked off this middle section because they couldn't get access to it. So there's no hallway that leads to it. You're going to have to get access to it through a ventilation shaft that runs like across the top of it, and then there might be a way to get in from above.
Okay. All right, Rex sets out on his adventure with Artemis in his earpiece.
No, I totally oh, wait, you're piecing this? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I'm coming with you.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay, so the two of you are going to crawl through the duct, and Artemis is going to be where? Back up on the
yeah, I'm just gonna stay like at the chair because
she's got obviously we can't see where we're going in the vent, so she's got to guide us.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So yeah, we see the hologram, the red kind of semi-transparent hologram of the complex ventilation system.
Right, I'm like turning it and stuff.
Yeah, and
I can see the heat signatures of the two of them. Yeah.
Two little dots going boom, boom as they crawl. Yeah. Clunk, clunk, clunk through the decks, so the two of you are crammed in this hot air duct together, Are you talking while you're crawling along?
Probably not.
No.
Okay, so just like crawling in awkward silence.
I mean, it might even be one of those situations where Rex is like, how did you get them to act like that? What is going on?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Well, no, I'm intrigued.
Well,
So,
I mean, what were you doing when the ship decided to launch itself into air? Where were you?
that's a bit of a long story.
Exactly.
Naked.
And I look at him. Are you still naked right now?
I'm assuming.
He's got a spacesuit on.
Okay.
I'm assuming that this wasn't achieved in the same manner.
Well, you're not naked now, so
I was talking
did you
about
steal that?
This suit? Yes, I stole this suit. What?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Does this suit belong to you? Now
So
that
now
you're the
stealing
queen?
you're stealing from my people now.
Your people?
My people.
You don't understand. They were about to kill me because of your robot.
My robot?
Yeah, your robot.
We're
Your
a team.
murderous robot who almost killed me, and then I almost got killed because of him. And somehow, by some miracle, they decided that I saved them instead because he launched himself out of the ship. Into space. Just into space. Which apparently you ran into him.
Yeah. Why didn't you launch yourself into space also?
I didn't have a way to breathe.
Then we would all be together as a group.
Why don't you launch yourself into space? It's good. I like that.
Have you seen the ship? Have you seen these people? They're not prepared for this. There's nothing here to launch ourselves into space.
Sorry, I seem to have misplaced my give a fuck about these people card in this vent that we're crawling through right now.
Okay, guys, gentle voices.
You're not here right now. Are we going the right way?
Yeah, I mean, you just keep going straight for quite a while, but I'll let you know when you need to turn left.
How long do I need to be in this vent with him? I'm getting very impatient.
You wanted to go. This isn't my fault.
He smells and he crawls really slow. Did you take a shower? You smell like alcohol and
All
BO.
right. I'm pretty big, and last time I was in this vent, it collapsed. So excuse me for trying to tread carefully.
I'm just saying, a shower once in a while would be helpful.
Oh, really? Yeah, let me just have a shower.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of them.
And all the extra time you've had to just bathe in the last however long.
And then I'm just,
Honest, are we there yet?
So you can see that
Okay.
they're approaching a juncture, and I think as you go, you're giving them directions like turn left, turn right, and you know they're calling through the vents, and there's an area up ahead that looks like the duct stops and then turns to go around this kind of imblockable area. They're going to need to cut a hole in the duct wall, and then they'll be right pressed up against the outside edge of this thing.
Blah.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's where you get. So Rex, you stop, and there's this big aluminum essentially like plate in front of you, and the duct continues. But this is it. It takes a sudden turn for no reason except that it hits the inside of the container, the thing, and you need to cut through this wall, and then there should be like a panel on the other side.
Okay. So, how am I cutting through the wall? Do we have anything for that?
I mean, I assume you brought something with you. You tell me what it is.
All right. Maybe it's just like a little multi-purpose
Just put down like
tool.
put down a welding mask and start going at it, or
Yeah, it's like
Luna's,
a little.
Luna's
little
probably
laser
got
cut.
something that could eat through it.
oh
too,
yeah,
or-
that's true.
Yeah.
Luna, did you bring something?
yeah, I would say that, the fuck is it called? Like a chemical mix. It's like I have two things that together, it'll like melt and create.
Yeah, like you spray one thing on the wall and then you
Yeah.
spray the other thing and it eats it
But
up.
I like spray it and it just looks like spray paint at first. Like
Yeah,
it just
like
coating it in a
ham.
cup. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I like at first I do like a frowny face and I look at Rex, sarcastic, and then I keep doing it, and then finally I spray the other one and it just starts to erode away.
Yeah. So as it kind of melts, as the aluminum bends and melts, and there's smoke and stuff, and as that clears, you can see that there's a strange kind of bronze metal surface on the other side,
and there is a dormant black, like almost like obsidian, like panel, and it has a big sort of 3-fingered like hand plate that normally you'd have to put your hand on to read it to activate. And you're standing in front of a port or a door. And maybe that's where we take our break, right? Is as the metal melts away and you see beyond what's obviously, it's very different from everything else we've seen on the ship. It's just this flat kind of bronze surface. And we see that, and then we turn back to you, and you can figure out how you're going to get through there next time. So let's take a break here. We'll be right back, and we will continue with today's episode of Nebula Jazz.
Yeah.